Now, what I'm going to show you guys is shocking. I want you guys to remember this because some of you are like, you guys are being dramatic. Just remember this the whole broadcast. This is the #1 selling game on a child's platform. So you have like PlayStation, like 7 now? I don't know. You have Xbox, like 900. All these, those are all catered or like, they're advertised for adults, most of them. The Nintendo Switch is advertised for children. That's what their target audience is. So this is not the #1 game on Xbox or PlayStation. This is the #1 game on Nintendo Switch. And I want to show you, for those of you that think we're dramatic, what the devil's doing. So the game is called, listen to this, Jenny, Cult of the Lamb. And isn't that so crazy how the devil would take Jesus, who's the Lamb of God, pervert it, and make a game about a lamb starting a cult? Are you guys catching where it's going here? So this is what Wikipedia says, and I'm going to show you a video of this children's game. Cult of the Lamb is centered around a possessed lamb that is tasked, this is the game, it's a cartoon game, with forming a cult to appease the ominous deities who save the player's character's life. The player must launch crusades and venture into 5 regions to defeat enemies and grow the following. The world, which is randomly generated, contains resources, perks, and weapons, enemies in the form of rival cultists, and non-believers that he has to fight. The other animals to rescue, these animals can be indoctrinated to join the player's cult. These animals can be changed in appearance, negative, positive. They can affect how they react in the cult. The player can manage their cult following. This is a kid's game, guys. Followers can be assigned tasks such as gathering resources, building structures, worshiping, look at this, performing rituals, sending them to assist players in battle, or sacrificing their cult members. So this is what they're teaching kids in these games, which can affect the player's ability and the cult itself. The player must ensure their followers' needs are met by performing sermons, rituals to reinforce their faith, cooking food to survive, providing shelter, and ensuring the village is sanitary. Otherwise, the followers will turn against the player, spread dissent, and eventually leave the cult and the followers. To prevent this, the player can give them gifts, re-educate them, or detain them, or sacrifice them, or pillory, I don't know what that even means, until they stop dissenting. Jenny, I just described the #1 game on the Nintendo Switch store, teaching your kids, and one of the main characters in it is a tarot card reader, which, guys, I'm going to show you this trailer. Now, some of you watching this, you don't realize that little Johnny over there in the middle of the night is playing this game, learning rituals, in a child. I don't think this has ever happened in history. We're not talking about like Grand Theft Auto, an adult game. We are talking about little Johnny Lamb cartoon performing rituals, stirring up cult. And you guys think, oh, you're being dramatic. Watch these videos. I have 2 clips I'm going to show you guys right from the director of the video game. These are not hearsay. These are not like third party. This is the creator of the game. I'm going to show you guys these clips of them describing their game. So let's watch these clips here.
You are the mighty lamb in Massive Monster and Devolver Digital's Cult of the Lamb. Saved from sacrifice by the one who waits, you're compelled to repay the dead by creating a cult in their name. So, here's a few tips on how to start your very first cult. Step 1. Grow your flock. Go crusading into the lands of the old faith to find new followers and defeat the false prophets. Back home, indoctrinate your new followers into the cult. Name them, change their form, and learn what makes them unique. Choose your doctrine to set the rules of your cult. Draw power from your followers by giving daily sermons and watch their faith grow. Step 2. Satisfy the faithful. As the mighty lamb, you have to tend to your flock. Lead them, feed them, and build your small community into a thriving woodland cult. Throw a grand feast, shower them with gifts, or maybe marry a follower. Keep your flock happy and your shrines will shine with their devotion. If the needs of your followers are not met, however, they will begin to lose faith. Step 3. Cleanse the non-believers. Unhappy followers will rise against you and try to persuade the others to leave the cult. Will you gently re-educate them in the ways of the Lamb, or perform dark rituals and sacrifice them to the gods? It's up to you what kind of cult leader you become. Starting a cult is no easy ride. You'll scavenge for resources and battle heretics, but righteous victory will be yours. So guide your flock, grow your power, and spread the word of the Lamb. No one said it was easy to create a cult in the name of the one who waits. Sometimes it might seem like all hope is lost, but the strength of your convictions will keep you on the righteous path, along with the helping hands of a few friends. Here are some of the folks who will help as you crusade through the lands of the old faith. Ratau. Ratau was once a vessel for the Red Crown. Now he's your guide and mentor. Once he's taught you the art of cult creation, he plans to spend his retirement playing knucklebones. Clownneck. Clownneck is the keeper of the tarot cards that guide you. You will have the choice of 2 cards. Both can aid you in your quest, but choose wisely. Clownneck's face will be a welcome sight when the forces of darkness are closing in. Cool Die. Cool Die holds the weapons you need for your fight. You will be offered weapons and curses to choose from, but you can only pick one. Halob. Halob traps unsuspecting animals foolish enough to wander the lands alone, then sells them to the highest bidder, unless he gets hungry, of course. The Fisherman. The Fisherman will meet you in Darkwood and show you the way to Pilgrim's Passage. He seeks the beasts of the deep. If you catch them for him, he will reward you with holy talisman pieces. And the Fisherman is definitely a man, definitely not a fish. You will meet these characters and many more in your quest to free the one who waits. The cards you're dealt, the weapons you're gifted, and the knowledge you gather will serve you well as leader of the one true cult.
All right, so that is the game. I want to show these videos, Jenny, because I know people watch this say, you guys are dramatic, you guys are putting sauce on it for views or to get, thousands of people to watch. But this is the bottom line reality. And what really blows me away, and then I'll hear your thoughts on this, Jenny, is it's talking about gaining a cult following, sacrificing your followers, cleansing the non-believers. And then we have all these school shootings and we go, I don't understand why this kid shot up a bunch of people. I don't understand why people start cults. I don't understand why we're having this violence and this demonic stuff happening to our kids. Yet these are the number one. And the reason why I like to talk about the trending stuff going on, because it shows us the pulse of the world. The pulse of the world is the number one most selling game is about building a cult. So it shows us this is where the world is at. Like, it's not an obscure game I found in an archive. You can find 100 of those. This is number one. And no one's going like, what's wrong with this? If you go to the comments, people are like, this looks amazing. Can't wait to get this for my kids. And I'm thinking like, what is going on? I almost want to start building an ark when I watch these videos. I'm like, Noah, where are you at? Get the boat. Jesus is getting ready to come back. Because if we don't rise up and do what we're doing tonight and talk about these things and expose these things, and later we're going to talk about children deliverance. So we're not just going to tell you all the bad stuff. We're going to teach you how to deliver your kids later. We really do need to blow the trumpet, sound the alarm. The devil's bold. And I believe, Jenny, it's time for the church to be bold. What are your thoughts just watching that video?
I was blown away. You guys, I didn't get to see the clip. I'm watching them live with you. And while I was watching, my stomach was turning. And as Isaiah began to talk, I'm getting emotional. Like, it makes me want to cry. It's very, very heartbreaking because you guys, there are children who are suicidal and they're dealing with all kinds of stuff. And this is what the enemy, demons, are putting in our kids' heads and their minds. And the thing about it is, the parents in the other room have no clue what's going on. And so this is heartbreaking to me. And yet the church will say, well, don't speak in tongues because the world's going to think that's a little too
Jenny.
Crazy. Don't fall out because they're going to think that's a little, we don't want to scare them away. What's going on in the church is not scaring them away. Trust me. If anything, they're bored to death and they won't even come back. We need the power of the Holy Spirit, not just back in our churches, but back in our homes. Kids on fire for God. That video, if that is not the biggest wake-up call, I mean, Isaiah, we were live, we did the panda thing, my panda, my choice, that whole thing. We've done a live on the Travis Scott thing and the music industry. And it's like, we keep sounding the alarm and we keep saying, hey guys, this is not okay. It's time to wake up. And you know, the pushback that we get, it's honestly, Isaiah, I don't know if you're getting any different type of pushback. I'm not getting pushback on my page from people that don't believe in God. They're not on there just arguing and fighting. It's Christians who are saying, you guys are doing too much. Oh, you're installing, someone wrote a comment, oh, Isaiah's installing fear. in demons. Correct. You're
Come
right.
on.
Installing fear in demons. Because I'm telling you, there is a remnant that is rising. I know it looks bad, Mama. I know it looks bad, Father. But can I come on and encourage you? There are some people who will pray your kids through.
Come
and
on.
I believe that your family will be delivered. But here's the thing. You can't sit idly by and go, well, God, you just better come. If you don't just come and do it. No, get yourself up. Get in there, talk to those kids, pray with those kids,
Come on.
start having Bible study.